And this is when the Ummah, we saw the Khulafa Rashida, we say the Khulafa Rashidun, the righteously guided. Not because they were just individually pristine, but they had an Ummah around them. What did Ali radiallahu anh say? They say, Ya Ali, when Abu Bakr was Khalifa, we didn't have this fitna. They say, when Umar was Khalifa, we didn't have the fitna. He said, when Uthman was a Khalifa, we didn't have this fitna. Why we have the fitna with you? He said, because Abu Bakr had Umar, Uthman, and me. He said, Umar had Uthman and me. Uthman had me. And I'm paraphrasing, of course. He said, but I have you. And this is why the fitna. Because the Ummah entrusted the leadership with it, but the Ummah let it lapse. The Ummah let it go. And they did not stay on top of it. This authority that we have, that we entrust to a single ruler in the way of bay'ah, is one that, if we see the kufr buwahi, as Rasulullah said, kufr buwahi, that the clear kufr, that they are ruling by non-Islam, that they are doing things that are not taken from a sincere grasp of sincerity and truthfulness to Allah, to His books, to His messenger. When you see something like that, then they have to be removed even by the sword. And this sincerity and truthfulness to a ruler, to obey them. Those, as we say in the Quran, ulil amri minkum, those that come from among you. Meaning that you put them in the leadership. Not France. Not any parts of the West that put leaders today in leadership. And if you ever try to take them out, you will see European planes and Western planes in the sky. This is what you will see. Why? Because those are their leaders. Min whom, not min kum. This is what we're witnessing today. So this, of course, would not apply to our leaders today. We offer them nothing but, I'll hold my tongue. To all, the last one, to all of the common people, to people in general. To give them the dawah that we spoke about a little bit earlier. To give them that dawah, that sincere dawah. That dawah that when they hear it, they know this is the haqq. What did the Jews say when the Qadi ruled that he can keep Ali's sword? Because Ali didn't bring any witnesses, but the Jew brought, they say, 50 witnesses. The Jew said, I bear witness, this is what the prophets brought. This is what the prophets brought. And the Jew said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. And we have so many examples of this, that people just testing us. Testing. So again, the sincerity that we owe to the common people is that we give them the true, unadulterated, uninterpolated, undistorted dawah. Yes, sister, if you become Muslim, you have to cover. No man has the right to gaze upon you in this manner except a man that is paying your bills. Except a man that is in a marriage contract with you. So again, we have to offer that sincerely. You say, well, what if she doesn't become Muslim? Or what if she becomes Muslim and becomes one of the many uncovered ones? You say, well, that's better than not being Muslim. We're talking about sincerity. Allah Ta'ala makes Muslims, we make dawah. So nothing can stop her from becoming Muslim. But yet we have to let the hakimiyyah fly. We have to let it fly. Fly from our tongues that way. So that the person that becomes Muslim becomes a quality Muslim and not just a quantity Muslim. Sincerity to the common people. The Muslims, we are among the common people. So we have to be sincere to our brothers and our sisters. And we can't let them walk off the cliff. You know, we hear all the time that only Allah can judge. Yawm al-Qiyamah, yes. But He revealed us legislation. Why? So that we can judge too. وَأَنِحْكُمْ بَيْنَهُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ. To rule between them by what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed. To rule and to judge between them by what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed. How do we settle disputes between our brothers and our sisters? By Islam. So you are in fact judging. If I bring someone that doesn't look quite right and say, this person will babysit your child. You don't know that person. The person is gharib, he's a stranger. But she's a stranger. You will say, no, 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 no. You're passing judgment. It's perfectly natural for human beings. Especially human beings, because we are thinkers. We are rational creatures. So it is natural for us to pass judgment. And we did not get that from the text of Quran and Sunnah. Only Allah can judge. Only Allah will judge you on Yawm al-Qiyamah. So when I'm telling someone, when I'm telling the brother, it is haram what you are drinking. I'm telling Muslims, it is haram what you are eating. Your actions, your activities are haram, or they are telling me, this is good for me and good for them. Good for me and good for them. And I am not saying you are going to hell, because every Muslim I see sinning, I feel that they're better than me. And Umar radiallahu anh, he said if everyone enters the Jannah except one person, he said he feared it would be him. Wasn't he guaranteed? Wasn't Muhammad sallallahu guaranteed Jannah? But he stayed in the wee hours of the night crying and making dua and making salah? Yes. So compare yourself. Who are we? There's work to be done with ourselves. There's work to be done with this ummah. And we have to be sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to be sincere to the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Quran. We have to be sincere to the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have to be sincere to our Muslim rulers. We have to be sincere to people in general, Muslim and non-Muslim. This is our duty in this dunya to carry us to a better akhirah, inshallah ta'ala. وَكُلِّ قَوْلِ هَذَا وَاسْتَغْفِرُ اللَّهَ أَسْأَلُ اللَّهَ forgiveness. Alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah. Again, O Muslims, we hear many statements from different speakers, and we hear that Islam is all about morals. Islam is all about this. Islam is all about that. Islam is all about sincerity and truthfulness, from the top to the bottom. We have to be sincere and true with others and with ourselves. We are in a deen that once you understand it, how can you ever leave it? I used to hear about ex-Muslims. What is that? How do you become an ex-Muslim? I mean, subhanAllah, it's the same person. If you struck a match and put it on them, they'll run. They would run from a match. So how do you say, I don't want to go to Jannah? How do you say that? Which is the alternative, Jahannam. How do you say that? What is an ex-Muslim? Come on, really. A person whose parents did not teach them the deen, raised them traditionally, did not really understand what Islam was, so it makes it easy to leave. We have too many different scenarios amongst us. But the deen is all about sincerity and truthfulness, from the top to the bottom. From our individual shahada, for the shahada that we're trying to draw from someone else, sincerity and truthfulness. Ad-Dinu Nasiha. And one sheikh, he said that some translate Ad-Dinu Nasiha as sincere advice. He said this can only apply to the last one. Sincere advice to the common people and to the Muslims. He said this can only apply to the last one. If you're going to add advice into the definition. So again, O Muslims, I encourage you as I encourage myself. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the messenger of Allah, with yaqeen, with the surety. This yaqeen, absence of doubt. In absence of doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. I have to live by it, and I have to die by it. I have to live by it, and I have to die by it. Because this would not be life, hayat dunya, if there was not death. And upon death, when you are raised, you'll be asked, how long did you stay? You will say a day or part of a day. But you could have been dead hundreds of years. How do you know? You won't know. It would happen like that. So the big test is why you are still alive. I say we have to be sincere and true to this deen while we are alive, because in the next life, it is a matter already decided. It is a matter already decided. Inshallah ta'ala, we will be sincere and true to the deen of Islam.